Alex stared at their bank app, blinking at the number that seemed to shrink every month no matter what they did. $234.56. Somehow, that was all that remained of their paycheck, and it was only the 15th. They scrolled through recent charges, $12.99 for a meditation app they never used, $7.49 for a coffee subscription that promised me unlimited lattes, but they had only had 3 and a $199 deal on wireless headphones because the site said it was 50% off. Individually, these charges seemed harmless. Collectively, they were a slow leak, quietly siphoning money while making Alex feel like they were living their best life. The real kicker? Alex thought they were careful. "I'm smart with money," they muttered. But the system had other plans. It started innocently enough. That wireless headphone deal seemed perfect. $390 crossed out, now $100. It felt like winning. The countdown timer blinked in red. Only 3 hours left? Alex's rational brain whispered, "Wait, do you really need this?" But the emotional brain overrode it, fueled by the thrill of a deal and a sense of scarcity. One click, and it was theirs. Later that day, Alex's friend Jamie called to show off the same headphones. Jamie had paid $220 without any sale theater. Alex laughed nervously. The deal felt good in the moment, but the system had already claimed its victory. Then there were the subscriptions. Alex had 5 active streaming apps, each offering a free trial, auto-renewing without any alert. $8 here, $12 there. Tiny amounts, almost invisible. But over a year it added up. Alex once calculated it, nearly $600 spent on subscriptions they barely used. The sneaky thing, each app made life feel easier, more fun, more convenient. That dopamine hit, "I'm in control," was exactly what the system relied on. Convenience disguised as smart decision-making. One weekend, Alex went shopping online with Nicole, a friend who had her own spending quirks. Nicole didn't need the blender she saw on sale at Kohl's. Her old one worked perfectly fine, but the bright red tag screamed, "Original price $99.99, now $49.99. She bought it immediately, feeling victorious. Later, a quick search revealed Amazon sold the same blender for $52 every day. The original $9 price had never existed. Nicole laughed awkwardly, feeling a twinge of embarrassment. That twinge was the emotional response the system exploited. People don't remember exact numbers. They remember the thrill of saving or winning, even when they're being played. Credit cards played their role too. Alex had 3, each offering points, cashback, and exclusive deals. Paying the minimum seemed responsible. $50 here, $75 there, interest quietly growing, almost imperceptible. Alex's rational brain thought, "I'm doing fine." Meanwhile, the system's wheels spun. Minimum payments trapped people in a cycle, subtly extracting extra money over months and years. Alex realized that financial literacy alone wouldn't win this battle. Awareness of manipulation mattered more. One afternoon, Alex stumbled upon research in the Journal of Consumer Research. It showed that consumers rated products higher when displayed with a crossed-out original price, even if they were told it might be fake. Their rational brain could know the anchor was manipulation, but the emotional brain reacted regardless. Alex smiled wryly at the irony. It explained so much. That $198 headphone deal? The original $399 was an anchor, a psychological trap designed to make $190 feel like victory. Nicole's blender. Anchoring again. The system thrived on this. Alex and Nicole compared notes over coffee. Nicole confessed she had impulse purchased 4 deals in the past month. A sweater, a pair of shoes, a kitchen gadget, and a yoga mat she hadn't touched yet. Total cost? Around $250. Alex shared their own habit of spending on convenience and subscriptions. Another $200 lost in small, invisible chunks. They laughed, but the laughter carried recognition. This wasn't personal failure, it was clever exploitation. The realization itself was a relief. They weren't bad with money, they were being played. The next step was understanding why. Anchoring, scarcity, dopamine hits, loyalty programs, frictionless payments. The system combined these elements to trigger action while overriding rational thought. Retailers knew, banks knew, apps knew. Even a minor nudge, a flashing timer, a deal of the day, a crossed-out original price was calculated. The goal wasn't profit from a single purchase. It was shaping behavior. Repeated impulses turned into patterns. Patterns became habits. Habits became predictable revenue streams for institutions. Alex decided to fight back. First, they installed a budgeting app to track every subscription, every recurring charge. The app became a mirror. $12 here, $8 there, $199 for headphones. It all added up in real time. The shock was humbling, but insight empowered action. Second, Alex committed to a 72-hour waiting rule for any non-essential purchase over $30. Impulse buys almost always faded after a few days. Third, Saved payment methods were removed from apps. Every checkout now required typing a card number manually, enough friction to make impulsive decisions harder. Fourth, Alex learned to translate the language of savings. Seeing a $50 discount became, in their mind, you're spending $50. This simple mental reframe shifted emotional responses immediately. Nicole followed similar steps. She created a running list of needs versus wants, marking each potential purchase before clicking buy. That red tag blender, it would have gone straight to the want column, waiting 72 hours. By the time the delay passed, desire had faded. The dopamine spike of scarcity had diminished. Nicole realized the system's victory relied on immediate action. Delay broke the chain. Months later, Alex and Nicole noticed tangible change. Their leftover balances increased. Impulse purchases fell dramatically. Subscription tracking revealed dozens of small charges they no longer needed. For the first time, spending felt intentional rather than manipulated. They laughed at past behavior. The late-night purchases, the savings that weren't, the tiny upgrades that vanished instantly into lifestyle inflation. They weren't bad with money. They were smart enough now to recognize manipulation and act deliberately. The story wasn't just personal, it reflected a broader system. Retailers used fake discounts, anchors, loyalty programs, and seamless payments to influence billions in spending globally. Awareness of these tactics didn't just save Alex and Nicole money, it reframed the emotional relationship with money itself. Where once spending was guilt-laden or confusing, it became a game of awareness and choice. The rules of the system were understood. The players were empowered. The final insight was simple yet profound. The system will always attempt to play you. One-click convenience will always exist. Loyalty points will always tempt. Scarcity triggers will always flash. But understanding triggers, recognizing psychological manipulation, and introducing deliberate friction could reclaim control. Spending didn't have to be an unconscious dance dictated by institutions. Money was not the enemy. Ignorance was. By the end of the year, Alex calculated total savings from these interventions. Nearly $200 redirected from unnecessary purchases into emergency funds and investments. Nicole, tracking her own purchases, reclaimed over $800 from avoided impulse buys. Beyond numbers, the emotional shift was significant. Each purchase became intentional, each discount analyzed critically, and each temptation resisted with awareness. Confidence replaced guilt. Strategy replaced chaos. Awareness replaced manipulation. This story illustrates one truth. You're not bad with money. You're being played, but playing the game deliberately, understanding the rules, recognizing the psychological hooks, and taking control, transforms the system from an adversary into an opportunity. Impulse, dopamine, scarcity, anchoring, these aren't flaws in you. They're universal levers in the system. Master the awareness, and the system becomes a tool rather than a trap. In the end, Alex and Nicole laughed over coffee, sipping consciously budgeted lattes. I can't believe how many $50 victories I celebrated that weren't really victories, Nicole said. Alex grinned. We've been trained to feel smart while being played. Now, we actually are smart. And for viewers, the takeaway is actionable. Pause before buying, question every discount, track recurring charges, create mental friction, and reframe savings as actual money spent. Awareness is power. The system will always exist, but with insight and deliberate action, it can no longer play you. The game isn't about avoiding spending altogether. It's about reclaiming control, choosing intentionally, and finally understanding that you're not bad with money. You're just becoming aware of how the system plays everyone.